from the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains. Through the Sahara, we bring on-the-spot news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on
representing people. Mr. President, my people are under siege.
I will place economic stability.
Good morning and welcome to Open Conversation on Atlantic Television Network. Open Conversation is the network's flagship political platform through which trending political news, events and stories are discussed with stakeholders. Through these conversations, ATN uses political talks about specific issues, party system and actor to explore hope and a gender-positive impact to the society. Today on Open Conversation, we look at these stories. Rivers State, Rivers Crisis, Developing Stories. The new House of Assembly principal officers with suspended defected members. Fubara says Wike owed contractors billions of naira. Court strikes out suit compelling INEC to conduct fresh elections. Group bemoans insult on legal profession by Rivers State government. Do not go away. When I come back from this break, we'll delve right into the show.
And confident.
To condemn this act and call for the immediate release of this minister in the Temple of Justice.
Give us access to our money we put in the bank.
POS operator, she said $3,000 is 1,000 to collect 3,000 naira. Where are we heading to?
I've always said there are two sets of people on earth, the oppressors and the oppressed. And in between are the cowards and the hypocrites. Which are you?
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians need now is not about the taunting. Who can come and salvage us from where we are?
Lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics.
Nobody's ambition is what the blood.
I have fought very firmly. Natural occurrence, war, and the world economy. Covers it all on ATN Politics today.
People into the country illegally. That is amazing.
Honourable
you human trafficking.
Honourable
They are not picking our calls. They made up their minds.
So no agreement with the EU, but
Every day our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics.
Nobody's ambition is what the blood.
I have fought very firmly. Natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all on ATN Politics today. Every day our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics.
Nobody's ambition is what the blood.
I have fought very firmly. natural occurrence war this today.
representing people. Mr. President, my people are under siege.
I will place economic stability and confidence.
You condemn this act and call for immediate release of this minister in the Temple of God.
Give us access to our money we put in the bank. POS operator, she said $3,000 is one time.
I've always said there are two sets of people on earth. the oppressors and the oppressed. And in between are the cowards and the hypocrites. Which are you?
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians need now is not about the Tonte. Who can come and salvage us from where we are?
Every day, our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics.
Nobody's ambition is what's the blood.
I have fought very firmly.
Natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
People into the country illegally. That is amazing.
Honourables,
you human trafficking.
Honourables. They are not picking our calls. They made up their minds.
So no agreement with the EU.
Every day, our lives are changed by history.
We are and I belong to nobody.
ATN today.
I have fought very firmly.
Natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all on ATN Politics today.
Representing people. Mr. President, my people are under siege.
I will place economic stability and confidence.
To condemn this act and call for the immediate release of this minister in the Temple of God.
Give us access to our money we put in the bank.
POS operator, she said 3,000 naira is 1,000 to collect 3,000 naira. Where are we heading to?
I've always said there are two sets of people on earth. The oppressors.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Joining me on Open Conversation this morning is Esedi Joe, a political analyst. Good morning, Mr. Joe.
Good morning. It's good to be here.
Thank you. And also joining me is Ugochukwu Ifeanyichukwu, a political analyst. Good morning. The embattled Speaker of the House of Assembly. Recall that on June 5, 2024, Right Honorable.
Yeah.
Now, when you look at this critically, I had to check myself as well on Wikipedia, and I actually did see this list. And then when I also went to check the River State House of Assembly, the legislature section, you see the picture of the governor, and then you see the picture of some other person's interesting thing website, you know. And why is the governor's cabinet in the place of the legislature?
Okay, basically, you know, if you go to the IT world, what happens is there could be a little mismanagement of the official website by the state government. It's possible. They could have a lot of persons who should have been able to fix that area of putting who should be where and when and not getting that right. But that helps, you know, to certify what we keep and change the list of executives of the Rivers House of Assembly. And the Rivers State government does not have. It means there is nobody influencing what Wikipedia has done. Wikipedia has, on their own verification, on their own following of what's happening in the world, have put a satellite on Rivers State, and for themselves have deemed it fit that whatever should be on their website should be what's correct at the point of time. Okay, so they have put up those names there and ascertained that these are persons who the law gives brief to exist as Speaker, as Deputy Speaker, exist as Leader of the House, and as it is, you know. So it creates a lot of credence to what a lot of us have been preaching concerning what the court's saying, what the law says, what the Constitution says. It creates credence.
Wikipedia is the one creating the credence.
No, it helps. Yes, it's a voice.
Does it help? It's a voice.
It's one of the biggest websites for news and for current affairs.
Saying that they have vacated their seats.
Yes.
And they cease to be members of the Rivers State House of Assembly.
That's correct.
Correct? Now, how come after that ex parte order, they are now on this list? Who gave them this position? Through what process did suspended members become deputy whip and deputy leader of the House? Okay.
I will not in any way try to, you know, speak for Wikipedia. All right, they are a news platform on their own. But so long as we have that cliche on these three names as suspended, then it confirms the argument whether or not they have been suspended, even by Wikipedia. So they have been suspended. So if their names are appearing on their pages as members of the Executive of the House, as well as appearing as suspended, then ordinarily you will know that these persons were part of the list. However, they cannot function because they are suspended.
How are they part of? How did they appear on the? How are they part of the? You said
not speak for
you
Wikipedia.
said hold on. Wikipedia does not act on its own. The list was actually given to be published and edited and updated. That's a fact. We cannot run around that. And it was given by persons.
Is that how a newsroom runs?
Hold on. We can't run around that. So when you say it was, the question is, this is an information. When when the first time you reacted to it, you said it gives credence.
Of course.
Right? Now, if it gives credence, then these three names, who are, according to an ex parte order, are no longer underlining, are no longer members of the Rivers State House of Assembly.
All right? When you say Wikipedia was given this thing to edit and publish, you are trying to say that even your studio will only say a thing unless the government gives it to them. Investigation journalism is a critical part of journalism. So Wikipedia on their own have gone out of their way to find out what is correct. And which you say is
a credible list.
Yes,
now,
find out what is correct.
How come suspended members? That's what I'm asking.
I'm telling you.
How come suspended members
you know, when you look at the list, first of all, you know, when you look at the list that the court pronounced as suspended, they were not 27. All right? I don't know which other names make that 25, but they were not 27, they were 25. So it means that there are two names.
A member is deceased.
There are 32, of course.
Out of the
32, they remain 31.
Out of the
31 minus 25 is 6. Is that correct?
Out of the 27 defected, 1 died.
I'm telling you now.
So
27 defected, 1 died, should have been 28. But the suspended members, the list that was published by the then speaker, were 25 names, not 27 names. List that was published by the then speaker and was written to INEC.
What defected?
I'm telling you now. What defected?
Hold on. The question is, I don't want us
we're looking at suspended.
Yes, the suspension. My concern
suspension,
is, how come suspended members who are actually among the defected members.
No, that's what you're not
They are among the defected members. How come they are on the list? Because there was an ex parte order that clearly said they are no longer House of Assembly members and their seats are vacant. There is an ex parte order that declared their seats vacant.
That's why I told you
How
that.
did they make the list?
Now,
With what, proceedings
let
did
me
they
tell
make
you,
the list?
if a person has been deemed suspended, all right, and the newsroom has told you he is suspended, clearly, but that on their platform is written as a member of the executive of that house, clearly, the people who wrote the news, Wikipedia and themselves, may be able to define how that came about. But I'm just giving you a list that they have published that carries...
Is it legal for a suspended member? Is it constitutional, legislatively right for a suspended member of the House to be appointed or elected into a position in the House?
Let me tell you.
While on suspension.
This list was from your...
5th of June.
No, yes, no, from 2nd. What you did there was 2nd.
It was edited.
On the what?
And it was updated on the 5th of June. That was when this list came out.
On the 5th. When was Okojombo pronounced?
5th June.
On the 5th of June. So it means that the newsroom on their own have done their investigations.
Sorry, the list was published on 12th of May, 2024.
Okay, the 12th of May.
Yes.
Okay, so they have looked at, they've gone through the...
And when there is official secret, in one breath you're saying one thing and in another breath you're saying another. That's why that's gave rise to my disposition this morning, because it's really confusing. I can't wrap my mind around what is happening as regards the official website of the Rivers State government vis-a-vis that of the Rivers State House of Assembly. You know that it is the bane of the African man that official updates are given on the website, but some people are being paid for it. Some people are being paid for it and they are not doing their job as it should. So this is a show of shame to the government of the day that as sensitive and as minute as it is to handle an official website. That is why people are saying in Nigeria that the private sector seems to be doing better. When people clamor and their quest and craze for government employment or appointment, as soon as they get it, they go to sleep. Because once these, costly errors are done, nobody's punished. Nobody will be called to account. Nobody will be questioned. And the health will not rule. Because, the government of the day, vis-a-vis all the other governments, are playing to the gallery. Look at the costly mistake. At least from that June 5th, when the new speaker emerged, this would have been done with to, put in line and check the official information of the government. But the governor was quick to gazette the relocation of the chambers, where the lawmakers have been sitting in the legislative quarters to do their legislative business. He was quick to relocate it to the government house and gazette it. But he now forget the critical part of it to streamline. As soon as that court order, that ex parte order was gotten, that is when the website should have been updated with, as it is, both the pictures and everything should have been gotten right. And if you see the confusion, a drowning man will, see anything that is around as a stepping stool in order to save his life. Because if you see what is happening now, the adoption of two other APC lawmakers, the defected APC lawmakers, is three of them, is really, trying to lay credence and trying to, try to lay something that is not right. You're not trying to make it right. Because look at seats have been hitherto pronounced vacant. So these are the confusion I was trying to wrap around my mind. I think the government should explain more, and the House, the factional leader of the House, should begin to explain to Rivers people how he got the names, or are there other things on the tune. I will not sit here on a national television and say that I was not aware of some intrigues that played out immediately after the declaration of the seats of the 27 lawmakers vacant.
But then
there were political interplays.
Yeah, but I also want to ask you a question at this point. Could it be that, there are concerns, because truth be told, there have been arguments back and forth, concerns about the legality of the Edison Ehie faction of the Rivers State House of Assembly. Do not forget, before Edison Ehie assumed the position of the Rivers State House of Assembly, he was suspended by Martin Ameguli, led Rivers State House of Assembly. Edison Ehie, Victor Okojumbo, Sokari Goodboy Sokari, and Honorable Adolphus were all suspended from the Rivers State House of Assembly.
Yes.
And after that suspension, in fact, they were still suspended when Edison Ehie, through their own process, the suspended faction emerged as speaker. Do not forget.
No, I have that.
He was not part of the Rivers State House. As at the time he emerged as speaker, his faction was suspended.
On suspension.
Now, after he emerged as speaker, got court order to that there was a court order that actually recognized him as speaker, and then based on that he actually approved the appropriation bill, which was later nullified by a court, and also was told to represent the appropriation bill by the court before the Peace Pact issue now came up. So there is a question on the legality of Edison Ehie's emergence as speaker, because he was suspended at that time. Now the suspension has not been lifted. Edison Ehie resigned, thereby vacating his seat. A seat that has not been replaced, that has not been filled up by election.
Yes.
And now there are 3 remaining suspended
members of that faction.
You also have to recognize the fact they are suspended.
Yes.
Suspended faction that has not been sitting after Edison Ehie resigned. Now, suddenly, they now hold a process, a court process, and they held a plenary, and then Okojumbo emerged as the speaker. Through a plenary, we do not know how it happened. But then, there are constitutional provisions for that to even happen. There are provisions under the Constitution that there has to be 2/3 majority. And there are also provisions that there have to be 1/3 majority, right?
Yes.
Now, when you look at it critically, the emergence of Okojumbo was not constitutional according to the constitution of Nigeria. It was not constitutional. Now, these are all the issues going on. And then after that, he came out to recently conduct a legislative affair, superintending.
Are you holding the position?
I'm not holding a position. I'm laying a background, which I will ask question, and you can still react based on it as well.
Yeah, you're holding the position.
Because I am laying a background of what has happened. Was Edison Ehie suspended? Yes, he was.
You just said
was Edison Ehie suspended?
Is not
Is Okojumbo also suspended? Okojumbo is still suspended. We cannot. You have your opposition. You have your position. You can hold it. Hold on. I'll come to you. No. Hold on, Esedi. I'll come to you. Now, as I was saying, when you look at all these things critically, do you think that probably one of the reasons why these names are not yet on Rivers State official websites are because of these concerns? Because there are legalities. and there are illegalities. This is on the side of Okojumbo. I am basing this question because right now, Okojumbo
is assuming the
legitimate. Exactly. So I am basing this question because I want to understand why the Rivers State government cannot update the names of Okojumbo on the official website. And why does the governor has his cabinet members and even some of the resigned persons on that website? I need understanding because the River State is in crisis and there has to be clarity at each point in time.
Can I just clear that?
You answer that, then you will come.
No, I don't have any problem with the status quo of the website because after all, Nigeria is still evolving in democracy, and when you come, when you take a look at how we manage our information here, is always shrouded in secrecy. I wouldn't be bothered if the website is updated or not, whether it makes it right, trying to check whether the things that should be there are right or wrong, because
is the government for the government or for the people?
Truth be told, our people have not grown and have not developed that passion of going to the government website to check out anything. That is the truth about what was suspended. The crisis have not started snowballing into what we are seeing today. So he and his camp accepted their suspension. They were suspended based on the procedure of a legally constituted house led by Martin Samehle. That is what you should understand. So you can't put something on nothing. It will not stand. So all these shenanigans, all this running around to the court, obtaining court judgment, whatsoever, when the litigation starts proper, my only prayer is that if they will allow this litigation to start, you'll find out that from ab initio, Edison here should have not been pronounced
as
the governor.
Why would the government not have published on the website? Somehow they feel that there's a legitimacy going on, and so they are not confident to publish on the website. That's what we're trying to infer. But I'm telling you that the governor himself has pronounced that Oko will now have a new speaker. He has said it over and on. And oftentimes that we have a new speaker. Even the governor of Abia State yesterday, Alex Oti, on national television, while he was giving out release protocols, confirmed and gave credence to the new speaker, right on Okojumbo, on live television. So if a website of the government, as you have said, I've not seen it though, as of this morning, if you have said the government website is not having Okojumbo because of probable feeling of a little bit of illegitimacy, what is more correct? A live television pronouncement by a governor. He spoke about it when he was at inspecting the Trans-Calabari Road after he left the Assembly the other day. He said, of course, you know, have a new speaker. In all of the functions of government, it has been said. Even when the Attorney General was being, and Commissioner of Justice was sworn in just a few hours ago, or a day ago, he spoke about it.
By what majority?
All right? No, I'm telling you that the governor... Wait, don't get it wrong. We're discussing whether or not. You said government in itself. I'll get the legitimacy of Okojumbo. Okay. That's a different matter. Right. You said the government is scared. Let me use your...
I did not use the word scared.
Okay, you said the government... Don't quote me. You said the government is not willing. Somehow...
Don't quote me on that. You get it wrong.
Okay, you said the government would not have... was not going to put on the website, probably because of a possibility of them feeling that something is not right about the whole process.
You still did not quote me right.
You said the government refused.
Continue your point, but you did not. The government refused.
Yes.
You are misquoting.
So put it on their website.
You're misquoting.
I'm telling you.
You're coining it in a way. Hold on. You're coining it to appear like I have an opinion. No.
I was telling you have an opinion.
No, and that is wrong because I asked the question, and it is my prerogative.
Let me ask.
Hold on.
Let me put you on the spot now for a second.
You can't put me on the spot.
For a second.
I need to correct you. It is my prerogative, just like it is yours, to make any statement, give your opinion, and when you lay your background, I let you lay your background. So it is my prerogative.
I want to correct
it is my prerogative right, to ask questions.
Okay, now,
and you can't take that away
put this straight to you. Just one sentence.
If I am asking you questions and probably you're not comfortable with it, I'm sorry there is nothing I can do about it.
Let me give you just
my job as a journalist.
Just on Sunday, let me quote the sister television station. On Channels TV, Femi Falana SAN was on TV, and he gave, if you saw it, I don't know if you saw it, he gave 100% credence to the point.
Who is Femi Falana concerned?
No, he's on the position of his position.
It's his position. You can't quote Femi Falana because Femi Falana is not an authority where the Nigerian constitution is concerned. It is the judiciary.
And the judiciary has told you.
You can actually quote the
judiciary not told you.
You can quote.
When was the last court? When was the last ex-parte?
Mr. Joe, you can quote.
When was the last? You can quote. He declared so that there will be no confusions. That the membership of the House, as led by Martins and Mehuli, is null and void.
Okay.
And that those members of that very House should cease from parading themselves as members of the House of Assembly.
Okay.
And that by the provisions of the Constitution, they cease to be members of the House of Assembly relative to the provision of the Constitution of Section 109, and that they can only, on their own, go to court to validate whether or not their removal from the Assembly, according to the Constitution, was done legally or illegally, but that they cease. And do we sit here?
The determination of the suit before him.
Before him. Now, do you sit here? Do you now sit here and now tell the world on national television that Justice Wali was more drunk when he was making his statement, or he's not competent enough to make the statement? Is that what you're sitting to say?
Now, Joe.
Is that your position?
Joe, you can't ask me a question. Now, I am laying the facts on the table once again. And the facts are this. There was a subsisting, emphasis on subsisting. Underline that word, subsisting. There was a subsisting order of interlocutory injunction by Justice Omotosho of the Federal High Court.
That's not even the first.
No, hold on.
Start from the
we
first
are talking of Martin Samehule. Please, let me speak. There was a subsisting order of interlocutory injunction by Justice Omotosho of the Federal High Court, recognizing Martin Samehule as the Speaker of the House of Assembly. And also, by that order, also ordered the government not to interfere in the activities of the legislature, pending the determination of the suit before him. That's an interlocutory injunction. Now, the order of Martin Samehule...
What's the meaning of interlocutory injunction?
Hold on. The order recognizing Martin Samehule is different. So, as at that time, there were two parallel House of Assembly speakers in Rivers State. Moving forward, these two orders were given by courts of coordinate jurisdiction.
Which one came first?
Hold on.
Which one came first?
Joe, Justice Wali now gave an ex parte order removing the Speaker of the House of Assembly, and also went further to tell them that they cannot parade themselves as Speaker and members of the House of Assembly. He said their seats are vacated and they cannot hold legislative activities. And not only that, told them that that order was pending the determination of the suit before him. Now, constitutionally, what the Constitution provides and what legality provides, a court of coordinate jurisdiction cannot set aside a subsisting order of a sister court. A court of coordinate jury. Understand this. This is an ex parte order. And let me also educate you, Joe, that ex parte orders have a lifespan of 7 days, 6 or 7 days. It does not exceed that. So this order expires by Thursday or Friday. You should also be aware of that. Now, according to Nigerian Constitution, only a higher court can set aside a subsisting order. So Justice Wale command out to give an order setting aside an order going before. Please, what manner of illegality?
Where was Nanagogo's judgment? No, wait. Where was Nanagogo's judgment before Omotosho?
You wanted to.
You have refused. You have refused. No, you're getting people confused.
I don't want us
there is Nanagogo's judgment. Order. There was Nanagogo's order before Omotosho. Why have you left that untouched? Is Nanagogo's court not the same as Omotosho's court? Was there not
a motor shop?
Yes.
Was it
so how does a motor shop own become legitimate? How does a motor shop own become legitimate when the go came before?
You can have your say, please.
The only thing I want to add before we flip over is this. Joe, I want to ask you on national television if from the statement you made alluding that the governor has pronounced Okojumbo the speaker, and also being concurred by the governor of Abia State, LSOT, is the proclamation of the governor now a making of the speaker? A speaker to emerge is from amongst his colleagues. The governor is just to inaugurate and say that I've given assent and my nod for this house to be inaugurated. That's the only exercise that the governor will give. So it is the constitution that is setting the House of Assembly that gives them legal backing. And I've not read that through the proclamation of a governor now, a speaker emerges. So if that is the position of the law,
I have not said so.
That's what you said.
No.
You said
we're discussing the website.
No, you asked
and I
about
said
the
website and governor. Which is the government?
The governor has an interest. Remember that these things that are happening
so the website
now
have an interest.
Because
the website controlled by the government.
Because of the political turmoil in Rivers State that we are seeing these conflicting ideas, you know. But if the government and the governor wants to legitimize what he has done, you know, it is also has to reflect in the official website of the state, which for me, I don't see whether the official website is updated or not, cannot make it right. Even if the name of Amehule is put down, his pictures are put down from the government website, that it has not even existed as a Speaker of the House. It does not make right the emergence of Okojumbo. So I don't have to waste a lot of time and spend a lot of energy in trying to argue whether the speaker or the website is right or wrong. But for the fact that a governor is making a pronouncement that this is a speaker, he has the right to choose anybody to make, when he's mentioning order of protocols, he has the right to mention anybody, even somebody that is not officially he's a member of his commissioner's cabinet, has the right to mention the person. Nobody questions him. But what is the legality? What is on ground is what the truth is.
The question is on the legality of Okojumbo, even on the legality on the ground to conduct legislative activities when they are not even, or they up to 1/3. Now the constitution grants that they have to be up to, in Edison Eje's case, they were not up to 2/3 majority to pass the appropriation bill. Now the question is, in the case of Okojumbo, are they even up to 1/3 of the members? Did they form the quorum?
Should I answer you?
Did they form the quorum
or should we move ahead?
To conduct the last legislative?
See, this is it. That he has already inaugurated. That he has already inaugurated the House.
Where there is a Supreme Court judgment with respect to the Plateau State House of Assembly, the
doctrine of necessity. But the legislative activities cannot stop.
What did the Supreme Court hold?
See, the Supreme Court.
Let me tell you what the Supreme Court holds. One, where the consideration of matters requiring 2/3 majority of all members of the House is in hand, the appellant of the House who do not constitute at least 2/3 members of the House can only validly conduct proceedings requiring 1/3 members.
How many assembly members?
I have read
what it simply means
the position of the Supreme Court on that.
Any legislative activity
that happened
that
within that
requires
time.
2/3, you understand, comes up, because the quorum is sort of to two-thirds, they cannot hold. Now, if any legislative activity that requires one-third of the members comes up, as long as they do not meet up, it cannot hold. These are clear.
No, we understand.
Your argument is.
No, try to listen.
I understand what you're saying here. I understand what you're saying here, but
if, hold on, my brother, sir. If you have 32-member house when they are complete, and then you cannot find 25, 28. In fact, you cannot find 20, come into the house. They become the only 3 members of the house. All right? So when you start quoting issues of 1-3 to 3,
there is doctrine of necessity.
Of that 3 persons, you will not go and resurrect. I'm coming. You will not go and resurrect the shipwrecked 29 members and bring their lying bodies to come and calculate how many will become.
So how come the remaining shipwrecked members were brought up in this list, even though they were suspended?
No, let's finish one.
Can you make it make sense?
Don't flip issues. Let's finish one.
We are not
you are saying.
So you can answer all at once.
You are saying that they are become illegal.
This is
and I've told you. So do you expect the assembly of a state, for example, now, with only, let's say they even have 2 members. Do you expect assembly that has 2 members to stop being functional?
The law says
that they should stop being functional.
The Supreme Court judgment says they can legislate not.
So what is the matter requiring 2/3? What is it? No, I get it. So what is the matter requiring 2/3? What's the matter?
I am very sure that was one of the considerations with regards to the nullifying of the presentation of the appropriation bill. These are issues that, I mean, the Constitution is clear about issues. We cannot model up Constitution, and that's why, Joe, I am telling you, you cannot quote.
No, you are preempting the court. You are saying that is one of the basis.
The opinions of people as authority. There's a judgment.
You said you are
there is a judgment going ahead.
Well,
moving forward, the River State Governor Simlaye Fubara has said that most of the projects that were executed by the governor.
The governor, he is the one that sees the books. He is the one that contractors come to disturb. If they wake him up at 2 a.m. with calls, send SMS by 4 a.m., I'm not there. But he has told us on live TV that as I'm sitting like this, every day they come and ask me for debt. Without me trying to owe debt, I'm paying debt to my predecessor. And so there is nothing to, to disturb heads about. That's like a pronouncement by the governor. And I am not in any way going to, argue that it was not correct, because if there were payments, even the previous administration, Wiki's administration, to have come in connection with whoever was the Accountant General. So if Wiki was
the Accountant General.
So he of course knows what happened then, and he knows what's happening now.
I can give account of everything
what happened. So if Wiki was going on live television, spending 40-50 million naira every day to do commissioning and all of those things, and then on that road, I think it's almost like playing to the gallery.
He's spending money to commission what?
Just so Wiki would have live televisions when he was commissioning projects. Are you not aware?
Well, did the FCT minister commission projects that were not completed?
Completed? In cash?
Commission any uncompleted projects?
If they are completed and they were commissioned, but they were not paid for, then you missed the point, which is not too correct.
All right. Mr. Ugochukwu, every government inherits assets
and liability.
And inherits liabilities. Now, would you say this statement is actually necessitated in view of the fact that every government inherits assets and liabilities?
I was still taken aback yesterday while listening to the governor of Rivers State, Simlaye Fubara, make some sagacious and political statements. The governor is fast becoming an entertainer in his own right. In as much as I believe that government is a continuum, and in Nigeria it is only when there is a fallout that you begin to hear those we regard as the kitchen cabinet of whosoever has been on seat. We begin to expose, what happened while they were cohabiting. When the going was good, and the jolly good fellows and all that. So the governor will not tell me that he's not aware of what was going on when he was Accountant General of the state. So for him to come out to make such a statement is indicting even unto himself. Despite the fact that the different fora yesterday when the news broke, we are talking about him not being a member of the ESCO. He can be excused. He's not a member of the ESCO. He can only appear on the ESCO meeting of the government of Rivers State, led then by Chief Barrister Nyesom Wike, when there is an expanded ESCO meeting. And as Accountant General of the state, his only duties were to sign and appropriately, marshal out the funds. But when those contracts were given, he is not a member of the cabinet that deliberates on them and how much the contracts will be awarded. But he will be asked to assign monies that are also to be disbursed to those contractors for the contracts to be done. So it's a two-way thing. Just as you rightly said, the government, incoming government or any government in power inherits liability and assets, and also they succeed him must have some in-house, gist for him, and let the cat bear so that he will understand where he's going and what is the takeout and what is the intricacies and the office, there's what you call the office secrecy. He will not say that Nyesom Wike did not brief him. So coming out to will not be able to do the due diligence as regards this particular contrast that he has made. And if there are some openings, he would have also let them bear. Remember, most of his commissioners, even the Commissioner of Works, who was executing those contracts, were also brought in for Fubara's cabinet. So that there will be that continuum. If the governor comes out today and is making this allegation, we wait for the government white paper, we wait for the government to come out with a blueprint saying the contracts, the contractors that have been owed. Is not only coming out to make to entertain people on national stage because you are commissioning one project or the other. You now want to, rubbish, so to say, what your predecessor has done. And this goes to show that even when you want to look into the activities of the past administration, it is not an evil in itself, because government is about accountability. So those things that were done without his knowledge, and now, as he put it, contractors are coming for them to pay them, he should look into the records that were left for him to know whether those people that are coming are genuine contractors, one. If the monies that are claiming that were owed for them to them are the right chunk of money, and look into these inflammatory statements. This kind of
statement, the governor will just come out to say it. He was the Accountant General before he became a governor. Don't forget that. So when you say he's making it, he should go inwards and look at the books. What other books does he need to? No,
what I'm saying is, that the money, the papers the government, they will pay at the tail end of the contract. He will say, okay, this work is being done. This is the remaining part of the 30%. He will disburse. He is not there to see the actual contractual agreement and how these monies were paid to those contractors.
Really?
I mean, Fubara himself. No, Accountant General can give the government
can sign.
Mixing it.
No,
let me tell you.
listen now, no, wait, you've not gotten me. You've not gotten me. I said the governor, who was Akanda General then, liaises with the government directly and not the contractors. That's what the statement I'm trying to lay. That he disburses the money to the government, who has contracted the contractors to pay them. Because remember, these are coming from the office of the Commissioner for Works. No, listen now. Let me. You have your time.
As the governor,
this is a matter of administration. Let me just clear it. I'm not arguing here.
He himself now may claim. He himself may claim that he is not aware of how the contractual agreement was struck in the first place. Immediately, the contractual agreement might not be aware of his own, the governor of the state. So now, you will now understand